Men of Reddit, what's the creepiest thing a woman has ever said to you? Did some mushrooms when I was like 18 or so. Sat in the town center and the local crazy lady asked me, so how long have you been dead? Fucked my whole day up, man. You look like a Greek god. I love to just look at you, my 30-something English teacher, to me, a 14-year-old boy, while no one else could hear her. Edit, well, this blew up. To clarify, she later got fired for hooking up with several guys from the higher grades. And to those asking if she was hot, who cares? It was a sexual-ish outing of a teacher to a minor. When I see these comments when the gender roles are reversed, I never see the question, but was he hot? I'm, like, really submissive. Like, I let a guy shit in my mouth once, and I didn't even like him that much. For context, it was our second, and last, date. Some woman asked me to stick my tongue out and then said, "You gonna make someone really happy with that big tongue of yours." I was 9. Slept with a girl once. 3 days later, in a crowded car with our friends, she turned and stared at me for a few seconds, and said, "We should get married." I did the only responsible thing I could do and kept sleeping with her until she lost interest and moved on to another. Edit for clarification that we didn't have sex in the car. Lol. I recently spent the weekend with a woman. We have hooked up periodically for the last 25 years. Anyways, we were chatting and she brought up how a guy she had dated insisted he come to a doctor's appointment with her. The doctor informed her that she has herpes and the guy was disturbed by this. She was complaining about this to me hours after we had sex. She was bitching to a guy who just slept with her that another guy was disturbed by her being diagnosed with herpes. So far I have had no blisters, but it's the last time I will hook up with her. She held up a banana and asked if my penis was the same size. In the middle of a dinner rush. As loud as can be. In front of about 5 customers and everyone on shift that night. And this was after she groped my brother's ass. Somehow she didn't get fired for this shit, and I still resent my former boss for not being more attentive. I know where you live. She was a girl I had a huge crush on in high school. Then she realized what she said and was embarrassed and explained that her very good friend is my neighbor. It wasn't until years later that I realized she was probably trying to flirt in an awkward way and may have been interested in me. Had a woman, 24 years old, tell me her cat talks to her. I asked what he says and she said meow, duh, but there was a moment. Anyway, we're married now.